Whoa, this is the craziest. This is the craziest live event ever. Let me first let me.
It's on your page or on my page?
This is your page. Now, guys, I have to tell you what just happened. Okay, I have to tell you, just it's crazy. Like, here's what happened. It's like reverse engineering. I was meant to host the amazing Gabriel on my coaching page. It
Well,
didn't work out.
okay, I'm hosting.
And I moved into my personal page, to my personal account. It didn't happen. And now it's happening on his own account. How cool is this? How cool is this? This is just like, I think, Gabriel, this will be the first time something like this will be happening. I don't think I've ever seen it in the entire social media space. Have you seen something like this happen? Like, say, Tony Robinson, say probably you want to host Zig Ziglar, okay, on your coaching page, and there are challenges. Then Zig Ziglar was like, okay, you know what? Come to my page, I will host you, but it will still be your show on my own page.
Well, it's good to hear from you, and it's okay like this. If we can't do it any other way, it's okay like this. Why not?
Okay, cool. So let me try to, because most of the audience will be trying to check on my page. So I want to share your page into all the groups so that they can join in. Okay, just give me a minute. Let me try to share.
You can explain a little about what happened.
Give me a minute. Let me try to share. Okay. So I'm almost there. Just one more place to share this. So this is the last part. I'll just do this journey. Okay, that's it.
So, what happened next? Are you still there, Mo?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. I can.
You can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Let's see those people that are tuning in. This is really crazy. Hosting my show on your own account. If I was told something like this is gonna happen, I'll be like, hell no. So I have some people tuning in. Okay, I have So let me just give out some shout outs to some incredible people. What happens next is we welcome people on. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So we have Orinuga Babatunde T Flash, tuning in from Nigeria. Then Madalena Angel, thanks for tuning in. I'm sure you'll be a bit confused now. No, you need to turn it back.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you need to turn it back. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, hello, Madalena Angel, thanks for tuning in on my show on Gabriel's page. How cool is that? I know you'll be a bit confused, but there's a story behind it, and we'll be sharing with you. Okay. Patricio Lipu, thanks for tuning in. Daniela Padaru, thanks for tuning in. Madalena Angel, I hope I pronounced that well. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate your time. And so that we don't waste much of your time, let's just go into today's session. And something I have to tell you is that I've known Gabriel for less than a month now. And I'm already seeing him like my other brother because we share so much in common, because we love to give, and give without expecting. I remember when my very good friend Petro reached out to me saying, "Hey, I wanted to meet someone. He's an incredible guy." I was like, okay. Then he told me about you, and I said, okay, can I just check something out about him? He sent me your intro video, and within 2 minutes, the connection was there without even having met you. Because after I watched the video, I was like, whoa, this guy is like me. Like, he loves to give without expecting. And I love the fact that you are from the forest. How did you achieve that? You are from the forest, and you were age 13 before you saw the first TV. Before you saw the first TV, I was like, this guy is just down to earth, and I love you so much. Although we've not known each other for a long time, but I already have that connection with you in my heart. And to those of you that are just tuning in, welcome to my show on Gabriel's account. Okay, there's a story behind that. Probably I'll share that some other time. Okay, and one thing I have to tell you about Gabriel is that he's from Europe, okay, Romania to be precise, okay, and he had education in both Romania and the United States as well, okay, and he loves to share knowledge. That's something I love so much about him. He loves to share knowledge, and he has over 20 years experience at inspiring, at developing people, at extracting the positive side of you, at extracting the greatness in you. And he's way older than me, because I think next year he will be celebrating his 60th birthday, if I'm correct. Okay. And one thing I really love about him is that he claims, he says that he's been at the bottom and he's risen. He's been at the bottom, he's risen, he's experienced a lot. He was once in the Navy, he was once a sailor, and now is an internationally, globally known motivational speaker, mindset coach, inspirational coach, and the list goes on and on. Okay, so, and one thing I look forward to hearing from him was something I have never ever heard before. That is NPL. NPL. I've never. The very first time I got to know about NPL was when Petro told me about it. I had to just Google it up to say, what is NPL again? And I had to check it out and say, wow, that this is so powerful. I won't hold this information to myself alone. I'm going to share this with as many people as possible. And I'm sure Gabriel is going to love that, because what Gabriel is passionate about is sharing, and sharing for free without expecting. Okay, so without much ado, let's clap for Gabriel. Welcome to the show on your personal account. Okay.
That's super cool, man. Thank you for having me on your show on my personal account. I want to rectify something. It's NLP, Neuro Linguistic Programming.
Okay.
It is a powerful tool, a very powerful tool, because it reprograms or programs your mind with the use, and your nervous system, your body, with the use of words, with the use.
Okay.
That's neuro-linguistic programming, and yes, I've seen a TV when I was 13. Yes, that's true. But I've read many books until I see.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't regret that.
Yeah. You said so because something I picked out from that was that you said that you saw the first TV when you were 13, but the fact I love is that you took advantage prior to you seeing TV for the very first time by reading lots and lots and lots and lots of books.
Read a ton.
Okay. Yeah. So how many books? Yeah. So how many books have you read so far? If I were to ask you.
We include the Romanian books, the literature, audio books, and so far I think there are over 3,000.
Whoa, 3,000 books. So you are 60. So 3,000 divided by 60, that will be
not quite by
6. So that means every year. So that means every year you are practically reading 50 books every year.
I read a lot more than 50 books, if that includes the audio books. Okay, if that includes all the, I don't know, the documentaries and stuff, there are more than 50 books a year. That's for sure.
Wow.
So I had some years that I write them down, and they were over 100.
Whoa. So let me try to ask, how come you read so much books within a short time? Does it have anything to do with the neuro programming language concept?
It's a choice, and if you write it down and you think about it, if you read like 2.5 hours a day, you read a lot of books, man. Believe me. And I said that I put the audio books as well. And while I was in the United States, while driving, I never had to go anywhere without an audiobook with me. I always listen to something, always. When I got on the wheel, I had an audiobook with me, with one of my favorite writers, or speakers. I always did that. So they add up, they add. If you do it consistently every day, you will see that you can read a lot of books.
Yeah.
If you do it for 30 minutes, you read like, I don't know, maybe 2 books a month, and that's something. That's something. But if you do it more than that, and I like to study in order to to make a seminar or a presentation, I have to study a lot for about 20 minutes. I have to read a lot, to study a lot. That inspires me, that gives me new connections, and that's the way I can do it. I host TV shows in Romania for about 2 years and 4 years of radio shows. So that was a lot of preparation for a video show, for a TV show presentation with no what is that called? I didn't read on anything, you know. I didn't.
Yeah.
Have a teleprompter, so I had to present things, and for that thing, you've got to learn a lot.
Yeah.
It is necessary, but this is my passion. This is what I like to do, and this is not the time-consuming, or I don't consider it as an effort. Okay, because that's what I will talk about today when it comes to goal setting and goal getting. Okay, this is This is one of them. This is an, you know, because if you don't connect your passion with your desire, they won't really happen, because you won't take the time and you won't do what is necessary to do in order to achieve what you want to achieve.
Yeah. So I love the fact that passion and desire, because I'm taking notes down. I'm not just here to interview you. I'm here to learn from you. Okay. So one thing I love is that passion and desire are key. Okay, for you to move forward. Okay. Passion and desire are key for you to move forward. And something that I would like those people that are tuning in or that will be seeing the replay, something I would love to find out about you is this. Gabriel practically reads 100 books in a year, or probably over 100 books in a year. So I would like to know, how many books do you read in a year? For me, I think 2. I think 2. Okay, and Gabriel reads, more than 100% of what I read. So just drop in the comment section how many books you read in a year. I would love to know. We would love to know as well. Okay, so going into today's topic proper, okay, I would love to know some things, and I'm sure those people that are tuning in will love to know, because it's going to be like a question and answer of a thing, and we have a discussion around it. Okay, what I would love to find about is this. You made mention of something when I saw some of your content. You said when you stopped, okay, chasing money, that was when money started coming. How were you able to hit such targets?
Okay, for a period of time in my life, for about 4 years, I went for the money, to chase money, and it was the most difficult and stressful period in my entire life, because I went from what I love to do to something that I need to do. Okay, I just wanted to make money. I said, well, I am so much prepared. I have so much motivation. I know a lot of things about leadership and stuff, and I will start a company. And I started a pretty big company. I went up really fast and went big. I dropped really fast and go under the bottom. Okay, so it was really nasty for about 4 years, because I was chasing money. This is one of the biggest mistakes. And if you do something just for the money, you will burn out in a matter of years. You will be all stressed. It doesn't matter how much money you will have. I had cars, I had money, I had everything in terms of material things. but I didn't have any moment of peace. So I didn't really like that. It was hell for me. And I decided not to do that anymore in my life. And when I followed just my passion, money came, not in the same amount I had when I went for the money, but it came in a peaceful place. You know, yeah, when you live peacefully, you don't need a ton of money. Okay, why would you need them? At that time, I wanted to do something, to move something, to do something for my country and for others, for children, for stuff. And if I saw that I couldn't raise the money, I said I will make the money. If I cannot raise the money, I will make the money. So I went for the money in an industry that is really, really difficult and has absolutely nothing to do with me, with the way I am. It was construction. I had a really big construction company, and it was a nightmare. But I've learned things. I don't regret that. It was an exercise, and it makes me a better trainer now because I did those things. I lived those things. I don't really believe in knowledge coming just from the books. Yes, the books are good. They will give you some maps, but not the books. Reading books doesn't mean knowledge. The real knowledge comes from the direct experience of life. That's where it comes from, in my opinion. And I think that when you give advice to someone and you didn't do that, actually, is like giving him water from a drawing of a spring on the wall. Okay, so you won't get any water because you didn't do it. You need to, in order to understand something, really, really, really understand something, you got to experience it directly. So I experienced many falls. I was on the bottom many times. I never stood there for long, and I raised up, and I went down, and I raised up. I'm not sorry for any of them, because every one of them gave me knowledge, real knowledge and life experience. And now I'm doing what I love to do with the knowledge. I wasn't just a sailor. I did many things in my life. I tried many things in my life, and I did many things in my life. And that's what I think makes a good trainer. My mentor from neuro-linguistic programming, Frank Husley, did the same thing. In order to gain experience, he would volunteer to drive trucks to cut wood, so he would know. He would go there for months or a year to cut the wood, see what happens with those people, you know. You have to try things. That's why you find your passion as well. Try things and you believe that passion will fall on you, you are mistaken. I don't think you are here anymore, Mo. So that's what I had to say about. I think Mo connection is gone. So I guess we'll end up this for now. And we'll start it some other time.
Okay, yeah, I'm back now.
Yeah, you're gone.
Yeah. The network was a bit poor. Okay, but I'm back now. Okay. Yeah. So, but something I was able. Okay. You are trying to say no. Okay. No. 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 You need to turn it back a bit. Yeah. Okay. Cool. How technology connects and how technology brings up challenges. So, but something I was able to pick out of there was that for the fact that you said that reading doesn't mean that you're acquiring knowledge. That for you to acquire knowledge, you have to implement. I love that fact because so many people that I see about, they go about reading so many books and they are not moving their butts. They are not applying what they've learned. That is one major challenge that I usually see across so many people. Even here in Africa, you see so many people, they read books, they read inspirational quotes, they like, they love, they comment, they say all sorts. But when it comes to you applying, it is always zero.
Well,
Why is that so? Based on your experience, why is that so?
well, applying is the difference that makes the difference. I have people that came to my seminars 10 years, 15 years ago to my seminars and listened to the radios and listened to everything that I had to say, and I trained them personally, and they are still there because they never applied anything. Okay, that's really funny for me. Somebody called them permanent students. You be a permanent student. Yes, you have to grow. You have to acquire knowledge every day, to read every day. But if you don't apply anything from that, it has absolutely no relevance for you or for your future. If you think that you will get something just reading books, you are in big mistake because that's the first step. But the most important step is action. Nothing happens without action. Nothing
Wow.
until something moves. Okay, something has to move in order for something to happen really into your life. You can not just hope in this universe. I don't know in others, but in this universe, sitting and connecting with your couch and hoping
Yeah.
something will fall on you, something you desire will just show up in your living room. That's, I don't know how to say it,
Yeah.
naive. So you have to, you need a lot of action. You
A
need to,
lot of action.
but you need a lot of action, consistent action. And
Consistent action.
I know why people don't do that. I know it because what they desire, they don't really desire. I know that. I asked many people tell me about their goals, objectives, and why they want, and they had answers. So that guy has that Mercedes, so I want that Mercedes, or that house, I want that house, but they are not really truly their desire. And if you don't have that strong, that burning desire within you, you won't go for action. You won't have. You will use willpower, but willpower is a big energy consumer, and it won't last for long. It won't last for long. That's why they quit very fast, because they don't have energy. They are drained out. So what I'm suggesting is to really understand why do you want something, and then if that thing is not for you, is not a real desire that burns you from the inside, that it's an obsession, you have an obsession about it, then find what you really need. And that's when you wake up the powers and you activate your reticular activating system, and you activate all those things within you. And on top of that, you will have the necessary energy that comes from within. That means you are self-sustaining, and you will go out of bed or you know, go out of the couch and do things for your goal, because not because you need to, but because you must do. It's your life. The goal, the objective has to be part of your life. Is to feel it like if you don't get it, you won't live anymore. Okay, so if you don't make that so important, that connects with survival, with the survival mechanism in your brain, you won't get that. That's books and going to seminars. Yes, some people tell me that I'm a motivational speaker. No, I'm not a motivational speaker, and I cannot one. Okay, I cannot motivate anyone to do anything. I can inspire people, and I can light a spark within them. But if they don't take action when the fire is on, it will go away, you know, like bathing.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. And something I was able to pick up from what you just discussed right now is the fact that most people are laid back because they are not actually chasing their true desire. Most people are not into action simply because what they seem they like is not actually what they desire. They desire something else, but they are not focusing on what they truly desire. Rather, they are going after short-term desire. They are going after the desire of other people. If they can now think within themselves, if they can actually set their mind to rechannel their energy, okay, their willpower to their true desire, then that fuel, that willpower will keep burning, whereby even if the world says no, because they are going along the journey of their true desire, they will continue to focus on that particular desire, even if the whole world says no.
Well, I will tell you how I do it. Okay, so it will be easier. I'm not focusing on, you know, like goals like a house. Well, I have a house and I have everything that I need, and a car or something, but there are always things, better things that you think you need. But I am focusing on what I want to become. Okay, what I want to become. And I make up every morning, every evening, and every time that when I remember this, I have that film in my mind, in front of large audiences and stuff, and I've been there already. And what I want to become. And when you focus on that and you find that passion, yeah, I don't care what it is. It doesn't have to be what I do or what you do. It can be anything. But when you focus on that thing, the rest of the goals, like the house, the money, the car, and they will come. Byproducts, okay? They are side effects of this one. You don't have to focus on those. If you focus on those, you waste your life. But if you focus on something, or either is growing or contribution or whatever it is, but to be in alignment with yourself, with what you believe, with your values. If you focus on that and find that, and you can find that if you look for it and you go and experience stuff, you can do that. And if you do that, the rest will come. I can promise you, the rest will come. The rest.
That's a very, very powerful insight right there. Okay. So here's something else that I would like you to dwell into, to dive into. When can somebody be fulfilled? I'm sure you must have answered the question during with your last statement. When do you think someone, a passion owner or an entrepreneur, can be fulfilled towards its targets? When do you think someone can be fulfilled?
Well, I know, and you know that we all need connection. We all need importance. We all want to be important. We want to be certain, or we want to be adventurous. But the two things that will fulfill your life, and for I'm sure, I'm 100% sure about that. The two things that will make a huge impact on yourself, on your, they are the growth, first of all, the growth on every aspect on your life, the growth, and the contribution. That will fulfill your life. When you do something for somebody, and you don't have to show up on the Facebook, or you don't have to, it doesn't have to be really big things. You do whatever you can. It doesn't have to be even money, because there are things that are a lot more precious than money, like your time, you know. It has to be, if you give a smile, if you give a good word to somebody, you know, that's something that you give, and the satisfaction is incredible. And if you can help somebody without even knowing that you help them, that will be absolutely incredible. You will never be able to leave anything close to that feeling when you buy a car or when you buy a house. You know, you will enjoy the house or you enjoy the car for about a week. 21 days, and then it will become something normal, something that's there, you know. But when you do something like that, when you understand something and grow, when you understand something like how this reality works, you will have, for years, you will have that feeling within you that you understood, that you got it. And when you give something, it's the same thing. You will never forget it. You'll never forget that. You'll never forget that moment. Okay? That's when
Yeah.
you are, not when you have stuff. Yes, I like stuff. I like comfortable stuff. I like a new comfortable car, a powerful car. I like those things. I use those things, but I don't live for them. They are not on,
Yeah.
they are not on my list. What I want to become is on my list. And every day when I learn something new, that's something great for me. That's great for me. That I feel great. Okay, nothing can compare with that. And when I help someone, and sometimes they tell me, I listened to that radio show 15 years ago, and that changed my life. How do you think I feel when I hear that? Okay, and that's fulfillment. That's what
Yeah.
a part of the fact that, of course, you have to have a good relationship with other people, with your loved ones and stuff like that. So you have to maintain that, but growth and contribution, I
Yeah.
think.
So those two key things will help you. If you are loving the value that Gabriel is being given so far, can you just hit the love button? The love button, no like button, just the love button. Can you just give him some love? Give him some love, give him some love. Just give him some love, give him some love, give him some love, give him some love. Okay? Because something I've been able to actually pick out from here, okay, is that you need growth and contribution for you to be self-fulfilled. And for you to be self-fulfilled, you need to know who you want to become. Okay, so thanks for sharing your insight into that. And this is another important insight, another important question I would love to know to have your own take from. How can people really discover their passion? Because that's a very big problem. Because here in Africa, when I ask people, what is your passion? They're like, money, car, houses. And I'll be like, no,
All right.
no, 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 no. That is the byproduct of passion. What is your passion? Say, that's my passion. I love money, I love cars, I love houses, and all that. So, how can we truly help enlighten people out there are discovering their passion? How can people discover their passion?
There are many ways, you know, and there are many ways, but you have to take it slowly, like you take it slowly with everything, you know. But you have to stay in the energy of passion. I'll tell you one way. This is the first way. If now you are passionate about going shopping, okay, go shopping and see what happens from there. What is your next thing? Maybe drawing. Go drawing and go from there. And it's like a thread, okay? And it will go to one, to another, to another, to another, until something opens, okay? Until something you won't get bored about, okay? I have many passions as well. I like to fix things. I have a lot of tools. I like to spend time there in my shop and fix things, especially watches and stuff and fine mechanics. I love to do that, but that's not it. I get bored. Okay, I do it, then I don't do it anymore. But when I do this, I can do it all day, and 7 days a week, 365 days, and I'm not tired. Okay, I get tired. When I go to events, and I had many people in the live event, and I wasn't feeling tired after 5 hours, 6 hours. I had courses with people with like 50, 60 people for 1 week, 9 hours a day. And I was never tired, okay? So that's passion. That's the first one. You go from something that you are passionate now and you follow the thread, okay? Until you get where you want to, but stay in that energy. And the second one is I've heard it from Mel Robbins, which is a pretty powerful, inspiring trainer, and
Yeah.
she said that you have to chase the energy. What does that mean? What gives you energy when you do something? What gives you energy? What kind of activity gives you energy instead of taking away your energy? What kind of activity? And some people said that well, I cannot make money out of this passion or out of that passion because I like horses or I like to, I don't know what. They have a lot of passions. Yes, you can, because when you find that energy within you, you will grow a lot and you will become very effective in what you do. And in a matter of years, you'll become a master of whatever you are passionate about. And believe me, somebody will pay you for it. Okay, that's why money come as a byproduct. That's why that's why you don't have to worry about the money. Just do what energizes you. Chase the energy. What energizes me? What do I like to do that energizes me, that gives me energy? Don't take away my energy from me. I don't feel wasted at the end. Okay, that's the two ways. There are other ways as well, but those are very simple.
Two key ways. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm so much value dropping here. Like you need to discover what gives you energy and you need to follow the trend. And once you are consistent with the trend of what gives you energy, it's definitely just naturally going to give you close to perfection. You can't be perfect, only God is perfect, but you're close to perfection. And at the long run, okay, people will pay you for it. People will pay you for it. It will look like you are having fun and getting paid for it, if you understand what I mean. So that's a powerful, powerful one right there. Okay. But before I ask you the next question, I want to ask you a personal, it's on a fun level. You know, in Nigeria here, do you know we know Romania for one thing? Do you know what we know Romania for? We know Romania for Georgie Haji. Do you know Georgie Haji?
Yeah, I know. I don't know him personally. Of course, I know him.
So that just by the way.
It's not part of my connections, okay? But I met him. I shake hands with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Nigerians love Georgie Haji. Okay, so in case you know somebody that knows him, just say Nigeria loves him anyway, because we know him for his soccer, tricks and soccer skills and all that. Okay, so that just by the fun way. So if you know Georgie Haji from Romania, you can just let us know in the comment section. You can say, yes, I know him. If you don't know him, you can let us know that you don't know him. Whichever, it's just all of us having fun anyways. Okay, now, if somebody wishes to go faster, this goes to somebody that has already discovered his passion. If somebody wishes to go faster on his passion, or probably let's say on his business, what would be your take on that? Okay, say I know my passion, I have business I'm on, and I wish to go faster on it. I need to increase it, I need to expand it even further. What would be your advice with regards to that?
Well, I will tell you what I did. I will tell you from my own experience. Going fast, it is possible. It is possible to go fast, but you will build a fragile structure. Okay? When you go fast, you don't give time, the necessary time. Everything has a time. Business has a time. Everything has a time. I told you I went from 0 to millions in business in a matter of a year, and I kind of stood there for some time, but I dropped really fast. When you go fast, you can drop fast. So
Wow.
about that. But when you have patience and do things as necessary to do, yes, you can make more calls, you can do that, but don't make stupid steps. Don't go to the bank. Don't do stupid things. Okay, don't in order to increase your business to go faster, because faster is not really good when it comes to growth. If it's in business or in personal development or in whatever, everything needs some time. You cannot conceive a child and make it faster. So you pull him out in a matter of 3 weeks. You are not a rat. So it needs a specific time. Everything needs a specific time. And you have to build it stronger, not faster, if you want to stay there. How do you think those really big companies were built? Faster? No. There are things that go faster, like stuff on the internet. It might go viral in a matter of, I don't know, a year, but not everything. If you build something there, my advice is to go steady, to go consistently, to do what is necessary to do. And sometimes, it's an exponential curve. It's a thing like hockey cross, okay? So you have to push it first, to push it first, to push it first, and don't expect a big result first, because they won't be there. But you work, and then you have a little result, and then a bigger result, and then a bigger result. And sometimes, if you are consistent, and persistent, it will go exponential. Okay, and when it goes exponential, wow, it's incredible when it goes up. When you build that, but you have to build that momentum so it can go exponential to get that kind of energy and to go exponential and stay there. Okay, at least for some time, because there is a curve there that you cannot ignore, the Gauss curve. You go up, down, you go up, you go down, but don't speed it up artificially, because if you do that artificially and you force it, you have a pretty good chance to go down faster than you went up. And
Whoa.
when you go down faster than you went up, it will be a big hit. You'll never forget it, believe me.
That would be a negative, obviously. That would be a negative, because if you wish to go faster, you drop faster. So for you to sustain momentum, if I understand you well, you need to build up to it, and building up to it requires patience, dedication, consistency, strong will, and don't expect much from those, because what is now going to build up and accumulate at the end of the day is your level of consistency with your strong will, putting God first, okay? Because you have to put God first in everything you do. And at the end of the day, what we start actualizing will be accumulation of tiny, tiny, little results. And like, you know how they say, little drops of oceans make the ocean. Okay, so by the time you are...
I will give you an example so you will understand and they will understand.
Okay.
I some sport, you know, I practice some sport, you know, but supposedly you start to practice some weightlifting and you want to build muscle faster. Okay, I'll give you this example. What happens when you do that? If you work for like from the beginning for like 3-4 hours in the gym from the beginning, believe me, you won't last more than a week, because you'll be destroyed. Your muscle will be terrible sore, your joints will be destroyed, everything will be, you don't have the necessary time to recover. Okay, so that's, or if you inject steroids, what happens? Yes, you get a big muscle, but then it drops as fast as you got it, and it leaves a lot of side effects in terms that you're destroying your liver and you're destroying your cells and your body and even the muscle, you know. But when you build it, when you go like you never went to the gym and you go like 15 minutes, it's okay, and add 5 more minutes next week, and then 5 more minutes next week, and every time you go there, one more, do one more thing, one more call, one more push-up, one more, do one more, that's it. No, don't do 50 more, because you won't make it. You don't have that kind of now. So side effects. That's what I'm telling by building whatever business or whatever you want better, strongly and consistently than fast. Fast, I don't love fast. I experience fast and
wow. So yeah. So now I'm going to ask you a 3-in-1 question. A 3-in-1 question is around you. One, why do you think this is one of the best moments of your life? My reason for asking you this is that I'm sure if there is a way to take you back to your 20s, you wouldn't want to go back to your 20s. You mentioned you don't want to go back to your 20s, okay? And this is the best period of your life, and everything actually changed in 1994, okay? Right. So can you just give your story around that so that that can add as a sort of inspiration to so many people that are live now or people that might be seeing the replay today, tomorrow, in 10 years' time, 100, 200, 300, and when we are no more, and they'll just see you probably after 1,000 years and say, oh, this is a very good inspiration to actually align with. Can you just share your story around that?
When in '94, I realized almost the impossible in Romania to get a visa and to get to the United States. I'm sure Nigeria had the same problem. We still have problems. Though we are in European Union, we still have problem now on getting a United States visa. I don't have one problem like that, but many people do. But I did that because I was obsessed about that, and I did it. I did it. I just did it. I went to America, and I was pretty good at that time. Okay, I didn't. I could not complain about life. I had pretty much whatever I needed at the time. But I knew I can realize more. I can do more with my life. I didn't know about growth. I didn't know. I was curious about things. I read a lot of books and mostly literature at that time. And I was curious about stuff, but there were no books available to read about what I wanted. And when I went to the United States, and I accidentally, because there is no such thing, saw Deepak Chopra and Wayne Dyer, I said, man, I want to learn this stuff. And from that moment on, I always seek this. I always went for this. I always, I was in 3% of the Americans. I was a Romanian, but you know that 3% of the Americans have a library card. And in America, a library, it's a library. And you can find there anything and everything that you are interested in, and it's $3. So
yeah.
card, and I made a lot of use about it because I didn't have the money to go on live events with those big people. But I wanted to go there. Just like I become obsessed to met Anthony Robbins and Jim Brown and Zig, those people. And somehow the universe, the creation, the God, I don't know who, you know, but something arranged things in a way that I went there. I met personally Ziegler, and I was a friend with Ziegler for some in Dallas, and he lived in Dallas, and he was a Baptist. And when I heard that he goes to the Baptist church, I went there. I care about Ziegler, okay? So I went there to see him. And every Saturday he was giving a speech for an hour. It was free. You couldn't possibly see Ziegler for free because he charged 5,000. So, but I found a way, and I found a way with Jim Rohn. I found a way with Deepak Chopra. I found a way with Wayne Dyer. Met him multiple times. And I went 2 times at Anthony Robbins, and I paid nothing. And believe me, Tony Robbins.
Whoa! Tell me more about that. How were you able to attend Tony Robbins' event with $0? How? Was it a referral or something? How did that happen?
Well, he's got an association or something, and I applied. They interviewed me over the phone because there was no the internet at that time. And I told them, I'm from Romania. I want to learn. I read his books, and I want to learn more. I want to go back and transform people's life. And he accepted me.
That's nice.
2 seminars, okay, of Anthony Robbins
awesome.
For free. But to tell you, if you really, 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 really want something, you'll get it. You'll find a way to get it. Sure. I found ways to get this knowledge, to get this stuff. I found ways. I met people and talked to them, and I was so excited and so enthusiastic about the growing that they loved it. You know, they loved that, and they said, okay, they remember me, and they bought books for me. You know what I mean? expensive audiobooks that I couldn't find in the library. They bought them for me and they gave them to me because I was so committed to learn. Okay? And people help you if you show passion, if you show enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is in theos. It means that you are in God. You are connected with the Spirit. You are connected with God. And that's what it means. And that thing spreads. That thing, it's like the flu. Everybody will get it. Okay? So the people will help you when you do so. When you find your passion, when you are enthusiastic, when you are excited about what you are doing, and you are talking like that, you are acting like that, they will feel that. And they will help you in any way they possibly can. And so that's what I did. I've been in the United States. Believe me, I've been obsessed for many years to go into the United States at least for 5 minutes. And I've been in the United States probably for, if I count, probably for 4 or 5 years.
You just wanted to be in the United States for 5 minutes and you ended up spending 5 years plus in 5+ towns. Awesome.
I've been there 22 times. 22 times. I went back, and first time I was there for 1.5 years. I was in Dallas, Texas. I was there for about 4 years, and then 1 year in Denver, Colorado. But I've been all over America, everywhere. I met people you cannot believe, except those.
Shout out to people in Dallas. Like I've got an incredible personality too in Dallas by the name Sean G. Murphy. He's an incredible personality. Probably I'm going to connect you guys sometime in the future. Okay, and he's a great person. You guys have so much in common as well. I'll try to see how I can connect you guys as well, because something I've seen about you is that you're like the bigger me, because when it changed for me as well was when I was in Europe. I was in UK for a while, and I was actually shuffling 2 countries together. I was shuffling from Scotland to England, England back to Scotland, and it was quite stressful for me. But at the long run, I was able to understand that I can do this. What can make me do this means that I can actually achieve what I actually want. Like I was discussing with somebody, I think last week, and the person was like, "Oh, you came back to Nigeria. Why?" I said, "Because I've got the passion to actually impact as many Nigerians, as many Africans as possible." And the person was looking at me like I was doing something crazy. I said, "You might see it as something crazy, but I want to leave something behind whereby when I'm gone, when I'm no more, and when people are seeing this after 10 years, 100 years, 1,000 years, they say, hey, this guy was positive and he tries to push positivities across the planet towards healing the planet." And that's the same thing that you are doing. So I actually see you like the bigger me, and we so appreciate you so much.
Will help you do that, man.
Yeah. Thanks, mate. So you already okay? Go ahead.
Very good friend, Syrian friend in the United States, because I like to go to the gym. He was a personal trainer, Odarti Lamprey. He was now a trainer. You can find him on Facebook. In Europe, he moved from the United States, but he was an incredible guy, and he is my friend.
Okay, awesome. I would love if you can connect us on that. Okay, so you already answered my next question. I wanted to ask you what the feelings, because my next question, you already answered it. I wanted to ask that, how were you able to meet Zig Ziglar? How were you able to meet Jim Rohn? But you already answered that. How were you able to meet Tony Robbins? And you nailed it by saying you attended Tony Robbins event twice without paying $1. I was like, wow. And when you discovered that Zig Ziglar was a Baptist and probably he's in the neighborhood, what did you do? You find your way at going to Baptist, at ensuring that you create a sort of close proximity with Jim Rohn, and that is brilliant right there. That is very brilliant. because some people would have been waiting for events before they can see him. But you said, hell no, you ain't waiting till an event before you meet Zig Ziglar, Tony Robinson. Where is the shortest cut? And you discover the shortest cut, you discover your way around, and guess what happened at the end of the day? You paid $0 for attending the event, you paid $0 for becoming a close friend of theirs and all that. So the same thing that I can extract out of this is that people should not be laid back. People shouldn't sit. If they look up into the sky, opportunities are everywhere, and opportunities that are free. Okay, in as much as you've been blessed with your brain, you have your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your ear, you know, get to work. What are you waiting for? Get to work. It is free to research. It is free to reach out. It is free to connect. It is free to find out about some things. Okay, and at the long run, this is going to step you to unimaginable places. Okay, so that's an incredible way around that you share there. I'll try to look at how I can replicate something of that nature. Okay, so you've almost answered everything. Well, finally, on a final note, but before I ask the final question, let me ask one more extra question. Okay, something that you said the future belongs to people that share knowledge, whereby you said next billionaires are going to be those that impact billions with knowledge. How do you mean by that? Because people won't believe that.
Well,
what do you mean?
I think
he shares knowledge and he's going to be a billionaire. What do you mean? No. But can you just explain that? I understand though, but you can explain.
It's about that kind of contribution, man, and I picked it up from somebody. It's not from me, but I thought it's an incredible thing to seek for that target, you know, to go for that target, to impact 1 billion people in a positive way. That will be an incredible thing. That I think that will be a real billionaire, okay, a real billionaire. But necessarily in terms of dollars, you know, not necessarily in terms of money. He might have, he will definitely have everything that he needs. That's for sure. If you go to impact that kind of that people, but that's not the end thought. The end thought is, imagine how this world will be if everybody will have as an objective, a goal, to give something from themselves, something from their uniqueness to 1 billion people, some positive stuff to 1 billion people. Imagine how this world will be. I'm sure you cannot even imagine that, because it's not possible to imagine how can we be, how can we live, how can we, what will be the level of life, of feeling, of connection here on this earth. I cannot imagine that. The closest thing that I can imagine about that is with the cells within our body that collaborate perfectly, in perfect harmony. Because if they would do like we do with this planet, we will disintegrate, okay? But we are not a body, we are a colony of beings. And there are trillions and trillions that are cooperating really in harmony with one another. Okay, that's what I mean. I want to do this. This is one of my. I picked that up from somebody else, but I want to do it. I don't know how many years it will take me. I don't care about that, but I will do it eventually, because I know what it takes. I have the experience that it takes. I have the knowledge. I have the desire to grow every day, and I want this. So I will do it somehow. I don't know how. You don't have to know how you will achieve your goals. If you try to understand how you will achieve your goals, oh, you'll lose time. Okay, so you don't have to understand how. Let the universe, let somebody else to deal with that. You just have to know what and to do whatever is necessary in front of you, to keep an eye in front of you, have that image on your background of whatever you want, and keep an eye on the road in front of you. You don't have to understand where that road goes. You don't have to understand that. If you try to understand that, you make a huge mistake. So I think that it's the future, because this is the tendency now. A lot more people wakes up from this mess, from this material mess that we are making on this planet, and wake up to cooperate, really cooperate. I don't care you are from Nigeria. I don't care that. I don't care whether you are from China. I don't care about anything. If you share the same things, if you want to share to help people, I will be with you. I will help you, and I will help them, and you will help me, and we'll help everybody, and we'll have everything.
And everybody, we have fun helping each other.
I didn't know the person, but I read her books of Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. It was a Swiss psychologist, in America, that helped people die, especially small children die from terminal illnesses. She helped them. She helped them go away peacefully. Okay, and she didn't meditate. She smoked. She drank coffee. She ate chocolate. But she had everything, every possible satori and thing that a monk will have after years of yoga and prayers and stuff. She had, because she helped people. She helped people in difficult. So do that. Concentrate on contribution, and everything else will come to you. You know, like in the. I'm not an expert. I don't. They said if you focus on God, the rest will come. Okay. So in his Zig Ziglar said that many times. Me plus God equals enough. Okay. So seek that. Not about a label. It's not about a label. It's the same one for every one of us. It's the energy, the frequency. That's what I mean, really. Seek out that kind of energy and stay in that kind of energy. And everything will come to you. Not immediately. Have patience. But they will come.
Yeah, awesome, 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 awesome. Thanks for that insight. Thanks for that insight. I love the fact that focus on what you want to become, and things will just put things in place for you. More like the way you said you wanted to go to the United States. At least you were hoping for 5 minutes. Eventually, you ended up spending 5 years plus, staying in 5+ towns. So the same thing I felt like myself too. When I started my journey, I didn't know where I'm heading. But right now, everything is becoming closer, clearer as time goes on with consistency. Okay, so it is so important that, so all the viewers out there, if you're saying this replay, okay, don't be so bothered about that top hill. Just start where you are and be consistent and be better and become close to being good at what you are. What will happen eventually is that things miraculously will just start taking shape. You won't understand how it happened, but definitely it will start taking shape. Okay, so my last question to you: you've read over 3,000 books, 100 books plus in a year. Okay, what book will you recommend? Or let's say, what are your top 3 books that you recommend to any passion owner out there or any entrepreneur out there?
What I've learned lately, you know, that everybody talks about the law of attraction, okay? And there is a writer, a Russian physicist, Vadim Zeland. Vadim Zeland, Russian physicist, and he's got 5 books, real incredible, interesting books, so you can understand how reality works. This will give you an insight. He's got 5 books, you can't miss them. The Space of Variables is the first book. And if you read those books, you will understand yourself better. You will understand how this reality works. You will understand that you really don't create anything. You just go and get whatever it is already created for you right now. And it's a lot easier than the law of attraction. You'll understand how organization works, and how can you deal with them, so you won't lose energy and get absorbed in them and become a free human being. And you'll get a lot of things. Get those 5 books and read them, and you'll understand reality. And I think when you understand reality, and this guy is a quantum physicist, okay? So he's not stupid. He's not a philosopher. He comes from a scientific background. And even though the books are written, they are very easy to understand in a very easy way. They are very profound. That's what I recommend right now. You know, there are a lot of self-help books there. Like I told you, they're useful. I read most of them, but they're all the same. From those 3,000 books that I read, if I had to condense, I would make 5 books. Okay.
Okay. So so the 5 books, if you can, once we're done with the live, you can just comment the books in the comment section, so that those people that are tuning in or that are already live, they can go check it out. Okay.
Check Vadim Zeland. Put Vadim Zeland there, and they'll find it. They'll find him. They can find his books, and they can find him on YouTube. The book on YouTube. It's long. YouTube is long, but it's narrative, okay, by somebody, and it's good as well. But you want to, if you want to live in this reality, you've got to understand it. If you don't know how it works, you can't possibly live in it as you want to. Okay, so my goal with growth, with the reading, was to understand what is going on here. How change it? How can we transform our reality? Is it possible? It is.
Yeah. Okay. So lastly, in one word, can you explain this? You went. Hold on. In one word, can you explain this book?
Oh, it's a book for. I wrote a book with a friend of mine for network marketing companies, for network marketing.
Okay.
And a Better Way. It's called A Better Way, and it's a pretty good book for the network marketing people, and not only because the principles that we are talking about there, that they can be applied everywhere. But it's in Romanian, unfortunately.
Yeah, I saw it is in Romania. So probably you need to think of doing the English version, so that the world can appreciate the content. Okay.
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that, and I will do that sometime. I started to write another book called It's Possible, and but I thought that I will put all the content on video, so it's not necessary.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Okay, so on that note, thanks for having me on my show on your personal account. I appreciate you loads. And let me see if there's any question for you. If you're live and you have any question for Gabriel, you can just comment in the comment section if you have any question for him. I want to go through if there are any questions for him. Okay. Our captain is saying, be a giver, that's the going way. Then there are so many languages in Romania, I don't understand. Then, so I will try to check those out by translating them to see what they are saying. Okay, so thanks a lot. I appreciate your time. So it will be bye for now. Hopefully we'll catch up behind the scene and let's see what happens. Probably, who knows, I might come to Romania one of these days. Let's see what happens.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, bye for now.
Have a nice.
Cheers. Yeah, you too. Yeah, bye. So you can